I want to go over some advanced tips and tricks and find it too. We all know the basics. So let's say I want to add a nice table set for this luxury house. So I'll just choose prop and write, let's say, table. And then I'll see what comes up. And of course, I have many different results because I downloaded lots of stuff from the workshop. So let's see how we can filter the results better. We click on the quick menu on the right here. First thing we do is show the number of existing instances. So it will show us which ones are used and which ones are not. Yeah. And the next thing in the same quick menu, we will ask to show used assets on top. Because for props, you usually repeat the same assets. It's true for props, for trees, and for example, for parks. So it's better to show the used assets on top. So you can see the ones that I use often are on top. And of course, I will choose some nice table and plop it here. So that's show used assets on top. And sometimes it's better to show the unused item on top. For example, let's say I want to add a high density residential. So you see I have some area that I want to develop right here. I marked it with gravel. So I want to add another high density apartment building right here along the beach. So I don't want to use the same asset that I already used. I want something new. Therefore, I will choose Global Rico, high density residential. I will just remove this one. And then again, quick menu, and I will ask to show unused items on top. So now I'm going to uncheck vanilla just because I usually don't like their high density buildings. So these are the high density apartment buildings that are unused. So I know that when I plop them here, I'm not having duplicates. So used item on top, unused item on top. That's the first tip. Tip number 2 is using the building height as a filter, because as you can see, I have here hundreds of apartment buildings. It's very difficult to focus on something. So you can decide what height of buildings you want. So for example, for this first row of houses next to the beach, I want something between 10 and 20 floors high. So I will click on the plus, choose building height, and then 10 floors, or one floor is 3 meters. You can choose meters or feet right here. One floor is 3 meters, so 10 floor will be 30 meters, and 20 floor about 60. It's not exact science, but it's approximate. So between 30 and 60 meters, 10 and 20 floors, and I have here all the high density residential buildings of that height. Very useful for high density residential and also for offices. I've used it for offices many times. Tip number 3 is using the building level as a filter. So we are back in this luxury neighborhood, and all the houses here are naturally level 5. So the way I found them is I clicked on the show extra filters panel. Of course, I chose low density residential, and then I chose building level here and just set it to 5, and then I get all the level 5 low density residential buildings. However, as you can see, again, I have too many. So this is tip number 4, which is using the size of the plot as a filter. So the first thing I did was choose the 4x4 buildings, which are larger in size. You can see not too many, and I'm using many of them here, right? So all these are 4x4. And then I also have some 5x8, and just remove that one, 5x8, which are not growable because they are over 4 units, but they are ploppable. Another example would be if you have like a small space and you want to add something. Just for example, let's say I have this space here. I'll turn on zoning. You can see this is 2x4. This is what I have here. And I want something that fits here. Let's say I want a commercial building that fits here. Then I will just choose low density commercial, remove that one, and then choose 2x4. And these are all the 2x4 low density commercial without the vanilla. And these are all the 2x4 building. They fit perfectly. So the plot size, again, something that I use a lot, extremely useful. Tip number 5 are custom tags. So Find It allows you to add custom tags to assets and also search by these custom tags. I'll give an example. So I just subscribe to trash bin, City of Adelaide bin. However, when I search for trash, which is something I would look for, I don't see that. As you can see, it's not here. So different assets, they don't have the right search term. Okay, so what I can do is go to that item. I will click right here on the top right. There is an icon of tag, and then I don't have that tag yet, so I will add trash bin or trash or whatever. I will add the trash bin and click enter, and this will add the trash bin tag to this asset. Now when I click on the custom tags panel, I will, first I need to refresh and then click on T, trash bin. There's only one, and this one. All right, so now I can search by trash bin and find this item. I can add all the trash bins into one collection. I'll give you an example of collections that I created. This is one of the most useful one, playground. So I have props and I also have ploppable ones. Oh, I have to remove this. Yeah, these are all the parks, okay, so that you can add, which are under playground. So uh, some from the workshop, some from the vanilla, and also different props that I can either add to the park, manually, or I can create my own custom playground. So for example, this is elementary school, and right here you can see I added a lot of playground props. They're all under one collection, very easy to find them and plop them. Another one is fast food, so all the fast food restaurants, whether it's McDonald's, KFC, whatever, Subway, they're all under one collection. Another one, convenience stores, something that I use a lot. So in every neighborhood, I will have at least one convenience store. The next tip is filtering by DLC or content creator pack. So whenever you purchased a DLC or a content creator pack, you want to see what it includes. You don't remember what to look for, what are the names of the assets, where are they located. I never know these things. So I just go to find it. I click on the plus, and then I choose require DLC CCP, and then just choose whatever I want. For example, I purchased the airports DLC, so click on that one, and then I'll see everything that's included. And of course, you can further filter it by growable or ploppable or prop or whatever. But it's another useful filtering option. The last tip is using the asset creator to filter assets. I'll give example when I use it. So I know that most of my private cars are made by an asset creator named VSGuy. So when I look for props, for example, for a car dealership or for even for a house, props of cars, then I will click on the plus. I will select asset creator and then I will look for Viz. So you see it's here it says Viz guy. Yeah, that's it. Then I can further filter by prop just to make sure. And as you can see, I have here all my car props that I can plop anywhere. As long as you know the creator of the assets, then you can find them this way.